This is not a new watch, but it is a new watch, and if my DMs are any indication, people are very interested in this not new watch. Just a couple weeks ago, Zenith announced this El Primero triple calendar Acier Lapis Lazuli. This is a regular production addition to the Chronomaster, quote, original line. That's the collection of classic El Primero watches, all of them with similar 38mm cases and high beat movement, and all of them, in my opinion, really great looking. And looks is the new big deal about this watch. The dial, only the dial really, and the price, of course the price. Last year I posted a video that covered the standard El Primero triple calendar with a bracelet, and it's mostly informative and almost entertaining, and you can watch that video if you want to dig in more to the El Primero in general and the triple calendar specifically. And you might want to, because this Lapis Lazuli watch, compared to the standard version, this might be out of reach for some people because of money. 38mm in diameter, 46mm long, 14mm thick, with 19mm lugs. You're mostly seeing these dimensions on my 7-inch wrist, that's about 18 centimeters, but here's a photo of it on my wife's 15cm wrist, that's like 5.9 inches. Don't tell her I said this, but I think it looks too big on her. She likes how it looks though. The watch has 50 meters of water resistance, which Zenith actually says on its website. At 5 atmos, you can wear your watch while swimming. Best of luck. Inside is the El Primero 3610 movement. You can probably tell already that this ain't some normal chronograph movement. It ain't even a normal El Primero movement. More on that soon. This watch costs $22,700. The standard triple calendar with what probably has a painted or printed brass dial, that costs $13,400 on a strap. So that's a $9,000 premium for this new and different dial. Why? Why though? What for? The short answer is because money. You have it, watch brands want it. The longer answer is that Lapis Lazuli, unfortunately, is pretty cool. Lapis Lazuli is a semi-precious stone. It's fairly rare, and quality lapis is only found in a few places in the world, and by found I mean mined. It's actually been discovered in ancient jewelry dating back as far as 6,000 years ago in places like ancient Egyptian tombs. It's also been found in Persian mosaics. For thousands of years it's been prized for its color as a stone, and also because that it was sometimes used to make colored pigments. There's some evidence that lapis pigment was used for Cleopatra's eyeshadow, so that's her right there. This is an actual photo of Cleopatra taken on an iPhone 2. But as a stone, lapis is both rare and it's pretty difficult to work with. First, you gotta find the right stone and the right part of the right stone, and just to get the right vivid blue and those shiny golden flecks. Then lapis is pretty brittle. Cutting it is not easy. Actually, cutting it is probably very easy. Cutting it well is not easy, which is why this dial is really impressive. I was hoping that I could dismiss this as silly or overdone or even pretentious, and maybe it is all those things, but what it is first and foremost is really damn pretty. This color, I'm sure it's not coming through in the video, it couldn't. This is a very rich blue that's just slightly shading into indigo. It's leaning towards a purple color, but it's still very much blue and highly saturated. And then there are the gold flecks. These little gold pieces are made of pyrite. It's also called fool's gold, iron sulfide. And on this watch, I really appreciate that Zenith chose a piece of lapis with flecks of gold rather than veins of pyrite running through it, like you sometimes see in Lapis Lazuli stones. All the photos I've seen of this reference show that Zenith carefully chose the lapis pieces, and if you're into it, it's kind of cool that each watch will have a slightly different dial pattern. I like that about stone dial watches. It's horology embracing inconsistency in the natural world, two things that watchmaking seems to fight against a lot of the time. But here, randomness is just part of the design. I like that. The fact that whoever made these dials was able to cut the day and month apertures so precisely, it's really cool. I'm assuming this was done with diamond tip micro tools and a very slow, precise CNC milling operation. Which brings me to the triple calendar complication and the movement. Triple calendar plus moon phase. Day of the week, month, and date at 4:30. Get over it. This is how El Primero watches have been for 50 years. Your boos mean nothing. I've seen what makes you cheer. There's one thing about this 3610 movement that I have a problem with, and it's how you set the month. It's kind of a pain. The moon phase and the day of the week are set with different recess buttons on the side of the case, but the month is set by rotating through the date, which you do with a crown, but the date only goes forward. So for example, if today is the 4th, but you accidentally set the date to the 5th, you do not want to keep going until you get back to the 4th, because you will also advance the month, and then you are entering a world of pain. And I don't have a great solution for you. In other ways, the caliber 3610 is like every El Primero movement ever. It's a high beat movement that's 5 Hz or 10 beats per second. That's cool because the beat rate means two things. One, the watch is likely to be more accurate, and two, you can time something down to the 10th of a second. Even if your seconds hand was making a full rotation every minute like a normal chronograph, you could still time to the 10th of a second. But this watch makes it even easier because the chronograph seconds makes a full rotation every 10 seconds. Compared to other 5 Hz watches, this style makes it much easier to read that very fine measurement. Now, should you read that very fine measurement with this watch? I don't think so, but you could, and you can, and let's face it, you will. And I'm not going to tell you how to live your life and that you should probably use a digital tool to time important things. I'm not even going to tell you that an additional $9,000 is too much for a Lapis Lazuli dial, because we're way past looking for objective value here. We're way past trying to analyze whether or not this is, quote, a good deal. If you're thinking that way, this watch is not for you. Shoot, if you're thinking that way, then none of the El Primero watches are for you. But if you're smitten by how this dial looks and how it's made, and you're into the El Primero history, and yeah, you're good spending $22,000 on a watch, I think you'll be very happy with this looker.